Okay. Anyway, we will do this one in next chapter again. Okay, next. The next one is exporting data and analyze now results. So using the data F81, we imported. So this one is again file name. I make a file name like this. Then put right side. Right side is summary of that data we import. So type that descriptive stat. This is file name, a long file name I made to explain what it is. Put something. Right side is summary. Summary means like summarize the data. Which data? SAT1, this one. And enter. And then let's see if we have that descriptive, I misspelled. Do it again. Okay, then descriptive stat. Enter. So descriptive stat. So first column GPA. First column GPA, mean, first quartile, median, mean, minimum, mean, and third quartile max for each column. So if we do that, then we can export data. So using write. So when we import CSV data using read.csv, export using write. So write CSV, then make this data, save name like this. So I will do that. So using write CSV, then I will export this data, descriptive stat I made. Save as whatever name, but to explain, I made long name. CSV. Then you can see on this pane, you can see this file. And then you go to the directory where you save, then you can see that data you export, and then open that one, and then you have that data as Excel. So chapter one, finish chapter one. So chapter one from last week, we did install RStudio and install packages, whatever we needed the library. That means functions, and then import data and then export data. Okay, next, let's do chapter 2. It's chapter 1. Okay. Chapter 2. About describing data. So when you take statistics, then using data, describe. So like a mean, median, mode, and using a method, then show how data look like. So that is describing data. So first, data, two types of data, qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative data is not number, like characters. And then quantitative data, like a number. So if you have a qualitative data, other name of that data is categorical data. So we can make category. So in this data, I will show you. The data is in chapter 2 data set. So in the where is that one? Just a moment. I sent to you the Google Drive link. So last week we used this chapter 1, and then today we will use chapter 2, and then data, Applewood data. And I will open that data, Applewood. So Applewood data looks like this. Data size is now 180. So this location column, if we use sort, and sort by location. Okay. Then Kane, all in Sheffield, and then Tionista, the location. There are 4 locations. Then I count like this using this one is kind of a business analytic technique. So to count if in this column, so specify the area, and then G2 I made the name Kane, then this one count 52 Kane, 40 Olin, 45 Sheffield, 43 Tionista. So it's like that. So we know 52, 40, 45, 43. So let's generate the data value. We don't have to type Kane like this. Just use REP. That means replicate or repeat. So repeat Kane 52 times, Olin 40 times, Sheffield 45, and Tionista 43. So data, because we are chapter 2, so I named the data 2 hyphen lower hyphen 1. So data put right side like this. Last week, when we put something, then it is like a data, then use C and then parentheses. So type this one in RStudio pane here. Let's do it. Data 2 lower hyphen 1. Oops. Data 2 hyphen 1. Put something that will be kind of vector data. So C parenthesis and double quotation or one single quotation. I will use single quotation. Kane, comma 52 times, and comma. Oops, I didn't type the rep. REP. Okay. Need parentheses. 52 and REP and Sheffield. How many? 45. REP. Enter. time later. T honesta 43. And then I miss here. Kane RP. 40 times. Okay. Oops, why? What the? I think it's right, but why is asked? Data to the one put in C, RP, Kane, RP, I type error here. This one is double quotation, this one is in a single quotation. How can I go back? First time I experienced this kind of error. That is no. Put in. Okay. RP. Then. Something, make something. A. 20. Enter. Still, this one asks more. How can I fix that one?
I think you just have to hit escape and it'll go back to the greater than sign.
Oh yeah. Do it again. Thank you. Control C, Control V, and then hopefully work. Yeah, worked. Then type data -1, and then let me see if we produce right. So Kane 52 times, Olin 40 times, Sheffield 45, and Fionesta 43. And then frequency distribution table. Frequency table. That means how many make a table like this. This is a frequency table. So type. I will make this frequency table name as table to low hyphen. Then put using table function. Then data 2-1. So make this data 2-1 as table, and then put that table in this table. So type table to row hyphen, and then put table. This is a function, then data. We made this one, then enter, then try. We made table 2-1. So we can make frequency table. So if we have a data set like this, then we can make frequency table. I will show how to, without using this repeat function, we create a table like this, data set like this, using this function. Instead, we can just bring a data set like using a project earlier. Then we can cut column by column. Then later we can do this and like this. So question so far, or any difficulty? Okay.
Dr. Kim,
Yes.
what is the relationship between Kane and 52? And same for the other three.
Okay. I will tell this one again. Okay. Original data set. This one. This is an Applewood data set in the chapter 2 data set. Then this one, first column is age, profit, location, vehicle type, and then previous. Then later I will show, but then, this time we don't know if there is a data set, but then we know how many this location, how many Kanes, how many Orleans, how many Sheffield, how many Sionista. So using the function REP, repeat the function, we create data set in RStudio. Then using that data set, we develop this table. We call this one a frequency table. So each, this data is qualitative data. So if we have a qualitative, then we can develop frequency table like this. So it's like a category. So the school year, senior, junior, sophomore, freshman. Then we can count how many, right? So that is categorical data.
So in total, there's only 52 Kanes. There's not more or less in this data?
In this data set,
Mhm.
I counted using count if.
Mm-hmm.
Count if in this area how many canes. And then next, I used this function count if. This is a business analytic technique. So count how many that, how many that, how many that. So this is not necessary, just to explain how to create that data set. So it doesn't matter how many this time. Okay. So
Okay.
just to show you how to develop this frequency table using data.
Okay.
So that is, so using this data set, we can bring the data set using project, but I just show you how can we produce data set like this. So using a REP, then we create data set like this, and then using this data set, count how many. So it's like that, I show you, if I can do that, then I can show you how to use Excel and then how to use RStudio. So this one is using, if we have a data set, then using Excel function, develop. If I do this, then it's this one is table, right? So we call this frequency table. So using Excel, I can produce frequency table like this. And then if we have the same data set, then using this function, then produce this frequency table. Okay. And next one, after we produce frequency table, then we can draw chart. Before that, relative frequency. So total is 180, and then Kane is 52, all in 40, 45, 43. So there, like a portion, 0.289, 0.222, and so on. That comes from 52 divided by 180, 40 divided by 180, 45 divided by 180. So using RStudio, we can calculate this frequency, relative frequency. So for to get relative frequency, we need the total. So total will be sum of table 2-1 we produce. So sum is add or, and then using this like a formula. So total, this table divided by total, then that will be relative frequency. So always, in RStudio, left side of this sign, like an arrow, like a file name or table, then put right side, put left side. So type this one and this one. Okay, let's type total will be, oops, cursor, total will be this one, sum of table 2 -1. And then we can type total. Then we can see what looks like 180. Total is 180. So relative, you can make any name, but I named relative frequency. Oop, no A, frequency. Whatever. Then put table. We made that one divided by total. Then we can type relative frequency, enter. We can get relative frequency for Kane, Olin, Sheffield, and Tionista. So we can calculate frequency, relative frequency, the portion of each category. And next one, okay, if we have qualitative data, then show that data graphically, then we use bar chart. So using this RStudio, we can draw bar chart using this function bar plot. And then in the parentheses, we need name of that object, and then specify the color if we want to use a different color, and specify color using this C. C is not C, COL. I mistype. COL. And then the label for the horizontal. So horizontal label using this one. And then the label for the vertical, type equal. And then the range of vertical axis using a limit, and then a main title. So one by one. So to develop or draw bar chart like this, the bar plot, then using table 2-1, we create color will be, first one is green, red, blue, yellow. And then label for x-axis location. And then label for y-axis number of vehicles sold. The limit from 0 to 60, because the go back to data set. So Kane is 52, 40, 45, 43. So the most frequent category is 52. So more than 52. So we can give a range from 0 to 60. So this scale, so y-axis kind of scale from 0 to 60. And the main title, number of vehicles sold by location. So let's type this one in RStudio. Okay. Type long one. Bar plot. Which one? Table 2-1 we produced. And equals multiple, so using C, and then green, next color will be red, next color, whatever you want. If you want a black, 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 then black, 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 like that. Next, blue, next, yellow, and then next one is x-axis label equals location. The next one is y-axis label equals number of vehicle sold. And next one, oops. Limit. Y limit will be multiple, so using C, and this is 0 to 60. And next one, main title will be number of sold by location. Hopefully this one right. Enter. Yes. Isn't it fun? So after you produce, then if you need this one as like a file, then using this button, export, save as PDF. Then wherever you want, I will change directory to chapter 2 and somewhere here, and then bar chart. For like location, and save. Then later you can find that file. This program is a Korean program, so they are Korean. So you can save as a PDF file. It's fun, right? Okay, take 10-minute break. I need a snack. I'm hungry. So I will be back 8:15, 16. Okay, see you. I'm back. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see you.
Yeah.
Bread. Peanut butter and jelly. PB&J, right? But I don't like jelly. Instead of jelly, I put peanut butter and honey. So PB&H. And Fanta grape. You know, I have a Korean accent. And then sometimes, you know, Korean accent and we call Korean English, Japanese English. Usually in Japanese, pronounce it A sound, usually A. So in English, I have. Then Japanese usually say I have. And then Korean, when you look at the Korean and Japanese, look similar. So it's hard to know who is Japanese, who is Korean. Then if you call a name or hey like that, then they reply, you know, Korean, American say me like pointing the chest, right? You call me like that, right? Korean too. Do you call me like that? Then Japanese, do you call me pointing nose? So if they say like I have, then me, then Japanese. Korean, usually R sound and L sound the same. So Korean doesn't have R sound. So, you know, R-E-A-D and the L-E-A-D, read and lead. Korean say everything lead. So if someone Asian say like read like when read lead, then Korean. And then many different words in Korea. You know, the aluminum foil. So when we wrap something using the aluminum foil. In Korea, Korean call that aluminum foil as cooking foil. So one of Korean came to the United States and then went to Sam's Club. Then looking for that aluminum foil. Then ask the worker, where can I find cooking oil? Then that worker lead that person to cooking oil. Cooking oil section. Where is cooking oil? So that is Korean. And then, 1984, when Olympic in LA, so Korean the athlete players came to the LA. At night, they ate something, and that was like a beef jerky made by the fish. So fish jerky. Then like a security person asked, "What do you eat?" And we are eating snake. Snack. We are eating a snack, but the pronunciation like snake. What? What are you eating? Snake? Okay, let's continue. Next one. Pie chart. So this one is the bar chart. Looks like a bar, so we call this one bar chart. And then using the same data, we can develop pie chart. Looks like this. So using this function, pi, in this Scranton area, this area, the pizza is very famous, right? But some Italian restaurant, pizzeria, call pizza as pie. It looks like a pie pizza. So why don't they call this chart as pizza pie? Pizza chart. So pizza chart or pie chart using this formula, not formula, function. Draw pie chart using this data and then color the same: green, red, blue, yellow. If you omit this part, then without color, this RStudio draw without the color. So this one is not mandatory. If you need a color, then include the color function. And the main title, number of vehicle sold by location. Let's try without color function. Just to do it. Okay, go to RStudio. So I will try without color function. I try pie pizza. Table 2-1 without color, without the main. Let's try. Yes. But if we need color, let's see, green. Caps lock. Color C. green, red, blue, yellow. Then main will be number of better, right? And the same, if we want save this pie chart as PDF, then save a PDF, and then name, and then you save as PDF. Okay, next. Constructing frequency distribution. Earlier one, using qualitative data, we develop frequency table. But if we have quantitative data number, then we can develop frequency distribution. You know, it's like that. Student grade. After take a test, then how many of students in a range of 90 to 100, 80 to 90, 70 to 80, and so on like that. That is a frequency distribution. So using the same data, and then I will use the file. So import Applewood Excel file, convert to CSV, and then using read CSV, then import, then that will be data to dash 2. Okay, import the data. So using project. So my data is in chapter 2. Chapter 2 data. I did it already. So convert Excel file to CSV. So let's do it. I will do it again. So open Applewood Excel data. We did already. Open this data Excel file, then click File, Save As, and then browse where under chapter 2 data. My case, it's up to you wherever. Then save as CSV, comma delimited. So save as CSV, and then save. Yes. Then we are ready to import. So go to we need a project again. So click project, new project. Then this one asks you save. You can save, but I don't need, so I don't save. Existing directory. Then in the I will use chapter 2 data directory. So open and then create project. Then I have the Applewood CSV file. So using, so this is a new pane. So data to lower. I did it again. Yeah, I will do that. Read CSV, which file, double quotation, single quotation doesn't matter, I believe. Apple CSV, this file, then enter, and let's try if it is right. 2-2, then enter, yes. We brought data. And then we need go back to Excel file. We will use this profit column. So I need only this column, not all of them. So I will cut only one column. So using two methods, cut like a vector data or frame. If we cut data as a vector, then using, I will save that column as data 2-3 from this data 2-2, and cut only profit column. So go to RStudio, then data 2-3, put in data 2-2, then profit. So try data 2-3, Yes. Cut profit column only as vector data. You know, vector data doesn't have the column name. But if we want, cut like an data frame, including the name, then using this function, data 2-4, make this file as like this. From data set 2-2, cut only column 2. Because on original data, first column, second column, third column, profit column is second column. So cut second column of data 2-2, then put that in data 2-4. I will make the data set data 2-4, put in what? Data 2-2, and only column 2. Then try 2-4. Yes. Looks like a column data with variable name, profit. This one, vector data, doesn't have the variable name. So this is vector data. This is data frame, column data. Okay. Then to develop frequency distribution, we should specify range. It's like from 90 to 100, 80 to 90, 70 to 80, range. Determine the number of classes and class size using 2 to the k rule. The data size is 180. 2 to the k rule is where my cursor? Yeah. 2 to the k 1 equals 2. Why it doesn't work well? And 2 square equals 4. 2 third equals 8. Is it right? Yes. 2 fourths equals 16, and so on. Then 2 eighths power 256. So 2 to the k rule, if the sample size less than 2 to the k if the k is 2, 7, 128. So to satisfy 2 to the k greater than sample size, if k is 7, not satisfy. So 8, when it's 8, 256, then satisfy this condition. So k is 8. That means with that the given data, cut 8 categories. Cut 8 categories. And then class size interval, like from 90 to 100, 80 to 90, that interval. From the data set, max minus min, that is a range. What the? I mistyped. No, this is right. Yeah. Delete. So range divided by k, how many categories? Then this is class size. So approximately, make it clear cut, so 400. And then minimum is 294. Minimum is 294. So start from lower than minimum. So start from 200. So from 200 to 400. 400. Then 400 to 600, and so on. So using this rule, we can cut from 200, 400, add 400, 200, 600, 1000, and so on like that. So break the variable profit into classes. So we cut from 200 to 3000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classes. Because we use this rule, so 8 classes from 200, and then class size interval is 400. So table 2-2 cut data 2-4. We made we brought the data 2-4. Which one? Profit. Then cut like this. So let's try. Go away. try a table 2-2 we produce. Weird number, but it worked. Okay. Then we need generate frequency table using a table, and then relative frequency and so on. So try. Frequency table, I will make a table, next name 2-3, put table with what? Table 2-2, enter, then try 2-3, okay. So from 200 to 608, 600 to 1000, 11, and so on. So they are frequency. So between 200 and 600, 8 of them, 11, and so on. So relative frequency. So earlier we calculate the total and then use that total divided by something like that. But right away, directly we can do like this. Table 2-4. I will 2-4 will be frequency table, relative frequency, that will be table 2-2, 2-3. Using 2-3 divided by sum of table 2-3. So 2-4 will be, looks like this. So frequency from 0 to 600, 0.045, from 600 to 1000, 0.0625, and so on. So this is the frequency table. So first, frequency distribution produce, and then frequency table. Okay, similar to develop frequency table for the categorical data, qualitative data. And next one, histogram. So earlier, actually, this one is quantitative. I mistyped quantitative data. Qualitative data, bar chart. Quantitative data will change. Quantitative data produce histogram. Histogram is similar to bar charts, but using this histo function. The same object name, which data will use, and then the number of rakes, how many categories, and then the label, range, and so on. So first, without color, try this one. Let's type histogram hist2 using data 2-2 what profit and break the number of class or category 8 and x-axis label will be profit. And next, y-axis limit. The same from 0 to 60. Equals C 0 to 60. And then main equals histogram of it. And color, just no one color. Light blue. Produce charts like this. Usually this one histogram is only one color. If you want different color, then give a different color like red, something like that, okay? And then the same, if you want to save as a PDF, then PDF. So later you can try each column's color different, but it's simple and good. Okay, any question? That's all for today. I prepare for today's class. Okay. If you don't have a question, then you can leave, and then see you next Friday at the same time, 7 to 9. If there is no any special event or whatever. Okay, see you some of you Monday. See you some of you Wednesday. See you some of you all of you Friday. Okay, Liz and other need help, then
Yes.
stay, and others bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Good night.
Bye. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Good night.
Thank you, Dr. Kim.
Thank you.